Welcome back to Top Tier Trivia. Today, we're tiptoeing into rather indelicate territory. We're discussing those words that make your grandmother clutch her pearls, yet somehow, some of them are perfectly acceptable to shout at a football match. Yes, we're talking about swear words. It's fascinating, isn't it? This collection of sounds, syllables, and sometimes entire phrases that we've collectively cordoned off as impolite or offensive. But who actually makes these rules? And why is it that a word considered scandalous in our grandparents' time might barely raise an eyebrow today, while others retain their shock value like a live wire? Take the word damn, for instance. Nowadays, it's relatively mild, almost quaint. But its etymological roots in Latin, damnum, spoke of actual damage, loss, or condemnation. It carried a certain theological weight that's largely dissipated. That's the thing about swear words. They evolve. They're living fossils of our social anxieties and shifting taboos. And this isn't universal. What's considered deeply offensive here might be casual in another culture. Americans, for example, tend to get particularly squeamish around words related to sex and religion. Travel elsewhere, and you might find their verbal grenades are constructed from entirely different materials. Some cultures are all about bodily functions. The German language, I'm told, has a surprisingly robust vocabulary for, well, scatological insults. It's a potent reminder that the power of a swear word is largely what we, as a society, give it. Then there's the sheer craftsmanship of it all. The etymology of swear words is a surprisingly rich field. Consider the ish word. Beyond its very direct Old English origins, shit it, meaning to separate if you must know, it's a linguistic marvel of versatility. You can give an ish, not give an ish, or even be the ish. It's the Swiss Army knife of expletives. But beyond the usual suspects, there's a whole lost vocabulary of delightful and, frankly, rather baffling insults. Prepare yourselves, because you might just find your new favorite way to express mild displeasure. For instance, imagine the sheer delight of calling an utter fool a fopdoodle. Yes, fopdoodle. And now we must address the elephants in the room, shall we say? Those titans of vulgarity. The F word, for example, a word so potent it was once banned from dictionaries entirely, yet so versatile it could probably teach a grammar class. Its exact origins are a bit debated, partly because it was so taboo it was rarely committed to print for centuries. But its power is undeniable, not just for its shock value, but for its incredible grammatical flexibility. It's a verb, a noun, an adjective, an adverb, an intensifier, a true linguistic chameleon. Its more elaborate cousin, mother effer, has its own distinct and rather direct history, first recorded in an American courtroom of all places in the late 19th century. And this brings us to the societal gatekeepers. Historically, religious institutions often dictated what was acceptable language. Even today, advertisers and media platforms wield considerable influence, shaping what we hear and see, often driven by a desire to avoid offending the widest possible audience, or, more accurately, the audience with the most purchasing power. It's a constant dance between expression and perceived propriety. So what's the takeaway? Perhaps it's that these bad words are more than just verbal rebellion. They're a window into our history, our anxieties, and our ever-changing social norms. They can be crude, yes, but they can also be surprisingly creative, undeniably powerful, and, let's be honest, sometimes incredibly funny. So perhaps the next time you're tempted by a rather common expletive, you might consider a linguistic throwback. Calling someone a jobbernowl, a misshapen head apparently charming, might not win you the argument, but it will certainly make you the most interestingly insulting person in the room. Food for thought. Or perhaps just some effing food for thought. Do you swear? If so, what do you get out of it? Don't forget to subscribe, or we shall be properly angry.